Thank you. Well, I think Marilyn's presentation before was a perfect run-up to this, as it's a local application of sustainable lifestyles. So I work for an organisation called JUICE, which is an environmental NGO, and we bring stakeholders together to collaborate on sustainability projects in China. And so when I first found out that I was coming to Freiburg, I couldn't have been more grateful, because it was an opportunity to escape the pollution for a few days. And the term apocalypse, is going around. But the air pollution is not the only thing which is happening in China. China is in dire need of environmental improvements across air, soil, water, and food. And sometimes food and water together. So this is the Shanghai River, where there's 16,000 dead pigs floating. There was a joke in Shanghai that we had free pig soup coming out of our taps. Pollution is not constrained to China. It's actually crossing borders into South Korea, places like Japan, and also crossing oceans, with up to 19% of San Francisco's air pollution coming from China. And one of the factors that is leading to this is the 474 million middle-class consumers, which are expected to grow to 800 million by 2025. And per capita, they've already surpassed Europe, and they know that if it continues, it's not just going to be a problem for China. But they're being told they can't follow this Western lifestyle, but they haven't been told anything else. So what should they do? So JUICE is an organisation. Our first project was bringing smart grid technology from the US to China. Over the past 7 years, we've trained government leaders in China on how to build sustainable cities. But now we're leading the sustainable consumption drive through our China Dream project. The Chinese government still hasn't decided what the China Dream is, even though they've spoken about it for over a year now. But for us, it's reimagining prosperity, reframing sustainability to reshape consumerism. So what this means is, as Marilyn was saying, if we need to change behaviours, we need to change habits. And to change habits, we need to create new social norms, which are desirable. And they have to be communicated to appeal to the heart and not just to the head. And of course, again, as Marilyn was saying, it has to be culturally Chinese. And so, as you might expect, this is a huge project, and it's very ambitious as well. But it's clearly necessary, not just for China, but for the rest of the world. So how on earth are we doing it? Well, for us, we can't define for ourselves what China should do. That's not for any one organisation to do, or me as an individual to say. And so we've acted as a curator by bringing together cultural experts, sustainability experts, most importantly storytellers, who are able to communicate, to voice and visualize what the China Dream looks and sounds like. The power of marketing and media brought about the American Dream. So this is the same concept using here. And so we held a number of workshops across China, and after curating it for a year, we've come to a 4-pillar definition. So the first one's kind of obvious for China, but it's something we take for granted. So that's safe food, air, and water. And being in Freiburg today and yesterday, just being able to drink out of the tap is a complete luxury for me. The second one is vibrant living. So this is for the young and for the old. And it's about mental and physical wellness and work-life balance. Third one is livable communities, something else we might take for granted. And in China, with rapid urbanization, this is being lost, the whole sense of community. And finally, opportunities to move forward by building upon our heritage. So this is about education, jobs, and refreshing Chinese cultures. So usually this is about 10 different slides, but I put it all on one for today. So having defined it, we then need to activate it. And so these are a number of projects, 4 projects that we've been doing. And to make it consistent, you have to work with every stakeholder so that everyone is sending the same message. And so yeah, so these are some of the projects I'm going to talk about, but it includes corporates, it includes government, and it includes media. So Vogue magazine has to be in there. And this is my boss, Peggy Liu. And so I'll just tell you about a couple of the projects. So for brand campaigns, brands engage with consumers on a daily basis. And we believe that all brands, through their marketing, through their in-store and out-of-store experience, can promote sustainable behaviors. And so we work with the Dove brand in China, where you may have seen their Real Beauty campaigns, which they've launched a lot of places. But in China, Real Beauty is a pretty fixed concept. And so that just doesn't work. So instead, we suggested using aspects of the China dream to promote the ideas of self-worth and self-respect. And so we worked with Dove and one of their major Asian retailers to develop a campaign, and we won last year. We just found out best CSR campaign for that. Another area is to realise areas of the China dream. One of the pillars is livable communities, and so just in the top right corner, I know it's very small. I'm sorry, but that's a government training. So every year we train city leaders. And this year, our next one is focused on livable communities and promoting, teaching city mayors about the benefits of public social spaces. Not just for social benefits, but there's a lot of health and environmental benefits with building a social fabric within a city. And so we're doing that we're collaborating with a land developer called Lendis and Tongji University to realize that. And then, as Marianne was talking about, technology is really important. And so we've developed a few apps, but one of them at the moment is called Hayo City, and it means happy and harmonious city. And it's an app which you can log in via web or mobile, and it allows users to suggest improvements for their local community. So you log in, choose your city and local district, and then say you add an idea, and people can then comment, vote it up, and so on. And then we're also going to be working with local governments on this, so that they can review the ideas, hopefully respond to them, but also use it as a way to showcase their green initiatives in their local city. I could talk about a number of other collaboration projects we're working on, but I think I'll leave it there to stick to the 10 minutes. But thank you. Actually, I've got one more thing to say. Sorry. So actually, we've developed some methodology for this, which is a 7-step process called Dream in a Box. And it's been launched in the UK last year and also been used by the World Economic Forum in India as well. So yeah, I could talk a lot about that as well, but I won't do. And if anyone wants to come to Shanghai, I've got pollution masks for everyone.